All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to our online events live stream session this morning. Our chair yoga, our desking, and our breathwork session this morning. So, if you are joining us on a social media platform, then you're very, very welcome. And I may be having a couple of people join me within the Zoom session on the online events system. So they'll be very, very welcome as well when they join. Excuse me. So our session this morning, as always, beginning with a focus on the breath. We will be thinking about slowing down, using our breath just to come down very gently into a place of stillness. And then we will move our bodies in a way to counteract those everyday issues that we may have as practitioners that use chairs a lot, sitting down with client work, maybe using a desk, maybe using devices, and our posture always falls forward, shoulders forward, and the arms forward, using the hands, wrists, and fingers in a certain way. And our session this morning will aim to bring a little strength, a little bit of flexibility and mobility into our body, all the way from head to toe. So what we need this morning then is just a chair suitable to hold our weight, preferably not an office chair with wheels or something that may spin around, something nice and firm, and ideally without armrests as well, so you have free movement around as we move into our yoga poses. So we'll make a gentle start with our breath work and then build up from there. All right. So just sitting comfortably and using the chair to straight away allow us to think about our posture. So not using the backrest, sitting just slightly forwards on the chair, and our knees are above our ankles, feet firmly grounded down. We can put our hands on the side of the chair, on our knees, but in a way where our arms can just relax down for the first few moments, and we can soften through the top part of our body, relaxing the shoulders down. And we'll come into our breath. So just noticing how we feel as we breathe, noticing where our breath may be sitting in our chest. Perhaps we feel like we might be breathing in just into the top part of our chest area, the top of our lungs. And we're aiming through our breath work to draw the breath all the way down to the bottom of the lungs, down to the tummy area. So take a few good breaths just to start. Just noticing the sensation of breathing, noticing that rise and fall of chest and tummy. Inhaling to draw the breath down to the tummy area and allowing that expansion of the lower part of the abdomen. And as we exhale, tummy area deflates and we release the air long and full into a long exhalation. So using our exhalation to bring forwards our rest and digest, our parasympathetic side of our nervous system, moving away from that flight and fight, and being able to just settle to a point where we turn our focus absolutely internally to our body. We're able to put to one side our busy schedule that we may have for the rest of the day, the rest of the week, acknowledging that all we have to attend to is very important, but not just right now. And we can spend this time on self-care. And after we've been through the session of self-care this morning, we can attend to our schedule with more focus, we can be more productive, and we can enjoy the knowledge that we have spent a little time for ourselves, which is very important. So as we breathe, we'll introduce just a couple of breathing techniques this morning, things that we may be able to use in our everyday lives, and a couple of things we can use to slow the heart rate, work towards lowering our blood pressure, and just to regain that sense of composure and calm whenever we may need it. So firstly, very simply, we're just going to elongate our breathing, our breaths, our inhale and our exhale. And a resonant breathing technique aims to extend the breath to 5 or 6 seconds with every inhale and every exhale. So with that 5 or 6 second pattern, we're therefore then also taking about 5 or 6 breaths per minute. So this repetition, this pattern of breathing aims to just really slow down. So we can breathe together. If my timing doesn't really suit you, then find a pattern which makes you feel okay in your body, but you're aiming just to really slow down and lengthen your breath. We'll do 3, 4 repetitions, and we'll inhale to 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 5. We'll move on to 6. So in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, last one, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 6, and taking one long inhale and a long exhale, just letting everything go with the breath. Really good. So we'll start to bring some gentle movement into our bodies, maintaining that breath work as we're moving along. So let's just start with some simple shoulder rolls. We'll breathe in on the upward movement on the shoulders and out. You drop the shoulders down and round. So moving in a way that feels right for you. Match your movement with your breath. Bringing the shoulders up as we reach the peak of the inhale and roll the shoulders all the way down, matching the full exhalation. Just aiming to release any tension you might have in shoulders and in neck. And maybe coming back around the other way. Keep breathing, keep moving with our breath. And back to neutral shoulders, and we'll take an inhale again and raise the arms up. So arms are long, we're sweeping all the way up to the sky, squeezing up through the fingers and lengthening all the way up through the spine. So really stretching up. And exhale, use our breath. Long exhale out, sweep the arms back down, and let's go up again. So inhale, arms up. Sweeping up. Exhale. And coming back down. Really good. One more. Inhale, arms up. And this time, arms dropping to our cactus position. And then drawing the hands and the elbows back. We're opening the chest, drawing the shoulder blades together. And exhale. Hands come together at our heart center. Really good. We'll take some side twists. We're going to use our breath in a way which helps us to lengthen our spine and enables us to get the most benefit from the twist as we go around. So we'll inhale, squeeze up through the core, getting the sensation that the hips are slightly lifting up off the chair. Then as we exhale, we'll draw the shoulders round to the left. And we'll cross the arms over. So the right hand's on the left knee, the left hand on the side of the chair or on the base of the spine. Gentle on the neck, and we can gaze over the left shoulder. Drawing the shoulders round. And on our next exhalation, we'll come back round to the front. Take that breath again to the other side. So inhale, squeeze up. Exhale, come right. Cross the arms over again. Gaze over the right shoulder. And coming back through, back round to the front on an exhalation. We'll inhale again, sweep the arms up. And we'll side bend to the left and then to the right. So using our arms, right hand stays up, the left hand sweeps down with the exhalation. And then we'll come over to the left hand side. So squeeze up through the hands, lengthen across the right hand side of the body. Coming up to the top. Left hand sweeps back up. Right hand goes back down on the exhale. And then we'll draw ourselves over to the right hand side. Push up through the left arm, left hand. Lengthen through the left hand side of the body. And coming back up to the top. Both arms up. Exhale, arms to cactus. One full breath, open the chest. And exhale. Draw the hands around the heart center. Really good. So let's just take some flexibility through the spine. I'm just going to sit sideways so it's a little easier to see where we're going. And very simply, we're just going to do kind of like a half forward fold and then come back into a back bend. So we can use our hands for support. So maybe having the fingers pointing inwards and the elbows pointing outwards. And as we roll down, we're going to make the head heavy so the chin also comes down to the chest. So getting that really nice curve all the way through the spine and across the top of the neck. And then when we go back, really broadening and pushing the tummy forwards, bringing the shoulders back into that nice back bend, and then gazing up as far as you're comfortable in the neck, and gazing up and arcing through that top part of the spine. So we'll take the forward fold first of all, using our breath. So we'll inhale, exhale, roll forwards. Let the head be heavy. And then we'll inhale, come up and back, lengthen through the arms, gaze up if you're comfortable. And then we'll come back down, inhale. So if we were having a mat yoga session, this would be our cat-cow. Just using the spine in the opposite ways as we move. So exhaling, coming back up. And 2 more rotations through. We'll keep breathing, keep rolling. And back to neutral spine. Really good. We'll flex the arms again. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale to cactus. And hands to heart center. Really good. and breathing. So we'll relax the shoulders down, noticing our breath once again. Now we've started to move. And let's work a little on fingers, wrists, and stretching and flexing. So we'll bring the fingers together into a clasp and then push the elbows out so the fingers are in towards the chest. Push the palms away. Really stretch through. And then on an inhale, we'll raise the arms up and squeeze up to the sky. Really push up through the shoulders. Push the palms up. And exhale. Come back down. Unravel. Hands at heart center. We'll unclasp the fingers and then just roll the wrists around. So move as fast or as slow as you like. Bringing our attention to full rotation in those wrist joints. Bringing that mobility and flexibility back in there. Giving all our joints the care and attention that they need when they're just tapping away at keyboards all day long. All right, really good. And we'll come back down. So we'll build on our forward fold that we did with our cat-cows. And this time we'll take a full forward fold. So fingers on knees, elbows pointing outwards. We'll take that inhale. And on the exhale, rolling the chest all the way down over the knees. And the head is heavy. So maybe having the crown of the head pointing down at the floor and gazing backwards towards the knees, or depending on the design of your chair, you may be able to gaze underneath your chair and look backwards. Just lengthening through the spine, maybe feeling a little stretch through the lower back. Allow the shoulders to be heavy. And we'll inhale and push back up. And exhale. Relax the shoulders down. And let's bring our attention further down the body as we're going. So work on hips next and hip mobility. So in order to facilitate that, I'm going to bring my body weight just to the front of the chair so I can move my pelvis and my hips just a little bit more. So simply stepping the legs to the side, opening up the hips, that external rotation in the hip joints, and activating the muscles on the tops of the legs as well. So hands can be by the side of the chair there, just for a little bit of support, and therefore keeping the spine long. And when we lift the leg, it's going to stop us folding forward and bringing the shoulders down. So aiming to keep the chest up nice and tall, nice and strong. And we'll inhale, lift the right foot off the floor, bring the foot round to the side, open up the hip, and then exhale and drop the foot down. We'll inhale, lift the foot, sweep round to the front, drop the foot and transfer to the left. So inhale, bring the foot up, sweep round, exhale, drop down. Inhale, pick up the foot, sweep round to the front, exhale, drop down. And we'll keep going. Inhale, foot up, sweep round, drop down. Inhale, lift, sweep, exhale, drop. On the left, inhale up, step round, drop down. Use the breath. Inhale, lift the foot. Sweep round, exhale, drop the foot. So a couple more rotations, keep going. Move at a speed that feels right for you. So if I'm going too fast or too slow, that's absolutely fine. Make your own adaptation. Couple more rounds without my guidance. And then we'll meet back at a neutral point in just a second. And just remember to keep breathing. Inhale on that upward movement of the foot and exhale as the foot goes down. One more on each side. And back to the front. Really good. Let's forward fold again. So this time we'll open up the legs on both sides. So external rotation of the hips on both sides, open up the knees, bring in a nice wide space in the middle so we can forward fold down a little bit further. So we'll increase that stretch across the lower back. We may feel a little bit of activation across the insides of the legs. And because we're going to support our weight, we really need to push down into our feet as we go. So we'll inhale, lift up, and then exhale, gently drop, reach forward with the hands. So maybe taking the floor with the hands, or maybe not. No right or wrong. Push into the feet, support the weight, allow the head to be heavy, allowing the shoulders to drop. Inhaling and coming back up. Bring the shoulders up nice and slowly. Hands on knees. Exhale, relax the shoulders. One more breath. And then we'll come back to our side twists. So with our side twists this time, we are going to also introduce the arms. And we'll have a sensation that we're doing sort of the equivalent to triangle pose maybe in our mat yoga sessions as we're working these twists and folds. So we'll remember to use our breath. We inhale before we start, and then before we fold or twist, we take that exhale. So we'll begin by raising our arms up into a T position. So we're getting the sensation that we're coming into a warrior two style pose. And then we're going to draw the shoulders round to the left-hand side. So the arms will be parallel with my right leg and right hand pointing out past the right knee and left arm in a nice straight line behind me. Really good. And from there, we'll just very gently just twist around the other way. So building up to our pose, twist the shoulders round to the right. So we're keeping the strength through the shoulders, keeping the arms up and parallel. And gazing forwards, this time over the left hand, left arms directly over the direction of the left knee. We'll sweep back round to the front. Inhale, draw the arms up to the top. Reach for the sky. Exhale, arms to cactus. And then hands to heart center. Really good. So just take a moment just to bring that blood back into the arms and the shoulders. Really strong in that area of the body. as we're lifting the arms and twisting in that way. But we'll go again. So inhaling, raise the arms up into T position, and we're going to twist round to the left. So round to the left one more time. Gaze forwards over the right fingers. And we're going to bend the right elbow and then take that forward fold. So we'll inhale, squeeze up through the spine, exhale, come down to forward fold. So my right forearm's on my knee. My left hand then is going to sweep up and over the biceps by the ear and reaching forwards, keeping my shoulder and my left arm parallel with that right knee. Stretch through. And coming back. So left arm, T position, the right arm comes up as well. Shoulders into a neutral point. We'll twist round to the front. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, arms to cactus. And hands to heart center. Once again, take a breath. Relax the shoulders down from the ears. So really very strong through the shoulders. And I feel like I've got quite a lot of upper strength, but I'm certainly feeling that across the shoulders and even down through the biceps. So take as much rest as you need. And if at any point you're just feeling it's too strong and too much, then just come down into a relaxed pose and then rejoin in when you're feeling ready. So we'll go on the other side. So inhaling, arms up into T position. We'll twist round to the right-hand side this time. Draw the arms all the way through. Left is parallel with the left knee. We'll bend the left elbow forward, fold. Right hand then comes up over the head. So the biceps by the ear, we're maintaining that twist in the shoulder and really squeezing up through the right fingers. Keep breathing and coming back through. Right hand goes back, left hand picks up. We'll rotate around to the front, inhale again, arms up to the top, reach for the sky, exhale, arms to cactus. And bring the hands round to heart center. Really good. One or two breaths here, then relax the shoulders again. And hands to knees. Let's take a forward fold. So we've got an option with our forward fold. We can keep the hands on the knees and draw ourselves down using the arms for support, or like before, we can aim to reach down to the floor. So whatever feels right for you this time. We'll inhale and then exhale, reaching down or hands on knees. Allow the spine to lengthen. Everything a little heavy through the top part of the body. And remembering to breathe well. Inhaling then, coming back up to seated, bringing the shoulders up. All right, fantastic. So, building on our stretching, our twisting, we're going to come into some twists and some folds in a very similar pattern to what we've got now. Just making a slight adjustment with how we're sat. Bringing this left foot round to the front, so it's facing forwards. The right leg then is going to go all the way out to the right hand side and extending the leg so the leg is straight. We're going to take a couple of twists and folds in this position, so on both sides. So similarities in our mat yoga sessions to gate pose and to pyramid pose. So you may find that familiar if you have a mat yoga practice. So let's take the side bend version first of all. So as we did earlier when we were sat forwards and we raised the arms and we did the side bend, very similar. This time we're just going to reach down this extended leg. So with the extended leg, we're up on the heel and the toes are pointing upwards. So as we bend across, our weight is going to go on to the heel. We also need to push down into the foot on the left-hand side to really support our weight. As we bend over, keeping the shoulders parallel with this front plane, and we're lengthening through the left-hand side of the body. So we'll inhale, bring the arms up to the top, reach up for the sky, and then the right hand's going to go down, find the right knee, and then walk the fingers down the right leg, stretching through the left-hand side of the body, really pushing out through the left fingers. And then coming back up to the top. So pick up the right hand, up to the top, arms drop to cactus, and hands to heart center. Let's swap over to the other side. So we'll pick up this right knee, sweep the foot round to the front, maybe shuffle in the chair as we swap to the left. So left foot up, sweep round to the left, extend the leg straight. We're up on the heel. Shoulders remain facing forwards. We inhale, bring the arms up. On the exhalation, the left hand drops to the left knee, and we twist, bend rather, down over the left leg. So really lengthen across the right hand side of the body. Push and squeeze through the right hand fingers above the head. And then inhale, both arms up to the sky. Exhale, arms to cactus. And hands to heart. Bend the left knee, pick up the foot, sweep round to the front. And we'll transfer over to the left again. Over to the right again, sorry. So a little shuffle in the chair. Raise the right foot. Externally rotate. Straighten the right leg. We're up on the heel again. This time we're going to take that twist round, and then both hands will come down onto the right leg. So our equivalent to pyramid pose. There's a couple of ways we can do this. We can draw the arms up to the sky and then twist the shoulders round, or you may choose to keep the hands in a prayer position and draw the shoulders round and face the right foot in that way. So whatever feels right for you. I'm going to opt to take an inhale and raise my arms up to the sky, and then exhale, rotate the shoulders round to the right, and then dropping down. Both hands will reach down as far as we can on the right leg. So we're maintaining the integrity of this left leg as well. So hopefully not allowing the leg to drop down to the right hand side. So keeping that one pushed back, facing forward. So it's just our shoulders which are coming round to the right. And we're walking the hands down, allowing the head to be as heavy as it can. And then coming back up. Bring the shoulders back up to the top before we twist round to the front. Raise the right leg, bring round to the front and drop down, and we'll swap over to the other side. Little shuffle in the seat. The right knee stays facing forwards. We pick up the left, externally rotate the hip, straighten the left leg. So again, our choice of how we go into the twist, arms can be at prayer or inhaling and raising the arms up. Exhale, twist through, bring the shoulders round, and then we'll forward fold. So focus for a second on your right knee, the bent knee. Just check that it's still really strong, facing forward, and it hasn't collapsed slightly down to the left-hand side. So keeping that wide, keeping the width and the opening in the hips between those 2 points. Walk fingers down the left leg, head heavy. And coming back up, walking the hands back up, shoulders up to the top. Bring ourselves to face forwards. Bend the left knee. Draw ourselves round to the front. And we're sitting in a nice grounded way again. So we're going to come back to our wide-legged pose and do a little bit more work with those forward folds in just 1 second. Before we do, let's just draw our attention to our feet. So as we did with our wrists a few moments ago, we're going to just pick up our foot off the floor, so right foot to start with, and then just rotate the ankle and wiggle the toes. So as we're picking up the leg, we can keep the hands underneath the knee for support, or the hands by the chair, on the chair. So either way, we're going to keep the integrity of the spine and its length, raising up the chest. So whatever feels right for you. And then rotating the ankle. Any speed, any direction that feels good. Just once again, bringing in that flexibility, mobility into the joint, letting the blood flow a little bit. Wiggle the toes. Really good. And then we'll lower that foot down. Come up on the left. So supporting the leg if we need to, keeping the chest up and the spine long, and moving that foot around. So once again, any speed, any direction, backwards and forwards, round and round. Wiggle the toes. Give our feet a little bit of attention. Really good, and dropping down again. So let's return to our wide-legged position. So inhale, draw the right leg out and round. Same with the left. Nice wide-legged stance. And then returning to our warrior two type arms, and we're going to twist as we did before. And this time, instead of having the bent elbow and going down, we're going to twist and forward and go all the way down to the floor or as far as we can manage. So getting that sensation that we are Really then getting that full stretch through that side of the body. So we'll inhale, arms up into T position. We'll draw the shoulders round to the left-hand side. So making sure once again that the right hand is directly above the right knee. And then we're going to shift the weight forwards as far as we can and then pivot down. So my right hand's going to go down by my ankle. I'm bringing this left shoulder back, flattening the back before I raise my left arm up. So if that doesn't feel quite right for you, we could have the left hand on the hip, and that may enable us to draw this left shoulder back a little bit further and flatten the back and keep the shoulders parallel with the direction of the knee. So whichever works, or we could experiment between the two. One more breath. Bringing the arms back up into the T position. Shoulders round to the front, arms still in T. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms to cactus. Hands to heart. We'll take a breath, inhale. And then forward fold. Reaching down for the floor. Inhale, come back up to seated. Hands on knees. One breath here. Relax the shoulders. And then inhale, arms into T position. We'll take that twist round to the right hand side. Bring our weight forwards before we pivot down. So left hand by left ankle. Right hand then. Let's begin with a hand on the hip. Drawing the right shoulder back. Flatten the back behind us. And maybe then raise the right arm up. Be comfortable in the neck and the head, so maybe gazing down, or we could gaze up. So wherever feels right in the neck, we may be able to draw the shoulder back a little bit more if we're comfortable there. And then sweep back up, arms back into T position, inside the twist, before we come round to the front. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms to cactus. Hands to heart. And then forward fold one more time. Reaching down. Bring the shoulders back up. Really good. I'll take a breath. So our last little sequence, we're going to maintain that theme of twisting and reaching, and we're going to stand up and use the chair as a support in a different way. So bringing the chair to the side with the backrest facing closest towards us. So we're going to begin with facing the chair, and then we'll automatically take that side twist by stepping back with our right foot, opening up the hips. Shoulders will twist around to the right hand side. And then we can maybe take a little step forward with the left foot so it's closer to the chair. And we sink the pelvis down just a little bit more. Hand stays on the back of the chair for support. And then we can bring the whole of the length of the forearm across the back of the chair. So familiar ground to what we were doing when we were seated. When we were seated, the forearm was on the knee. And this time we're just bringing it across the back of the chair. Right shoulder twists around. Everything on this sideways plane before we raise the right arm up and over the head, and really stretch through. So our extended side angle pose, but using the chair for support and not quite such an intense forward fold. So all these adaptations we can make with the chair, which is why our chair yoga practice is so fantastic, so accessible for many. And then our right hand then sweeps back down. We'll push up and step forwards to the chair. So before we go on the other side, we'll just stretch out through our back. So placing the wrists on the back of the chair, I'm just then going to walk backwards until I get the bend in the hips. My arms straighten. My biceps are by my ears. And then breathe. Push gently out through the fingers. Lengthen through the shoulders. Shoulder blades coming together naturally a little as the chest becomes heavy. And we gently breathe. And walking back forwards. We'll walk towards the back of the chair. And we'll go on the other side. So I'm going to twist my chair around so I haven't got my back to the camera. Obviously, you don't necessarily need to move your chair. You can just go around the other way. So we'll begin again, just facing the back of the chair. And then we'll take in the left leg this time, stepping backwards, opening up the hips, twisting the shoulders around to the left, and bending forwards. Forearm comes down onto the back of the chair. Left arm then sweeps up and over. Lengthen through that side of the body. Push out through the fingertips, getting that nice straight line again from the fingertips down to the heels, and maybe pushing out that left leg a little bit more and allowing the hips to lower down. And coming back up. So left arm sweeps down, push up, step forwards, or stretch through the back again. So walking back. One more breath, walk forwards. And we'll come back to seated. So sitting comfortably, And we're going to take our Shavasana and return to our breath. Before we do, we'll just take just a little bit more movement around our neck and our shoulders. And there's an option here then, depending on how you're feeling and what you might like to do, what you might like to move. So we can either return to our shoulder rolls and just roll around. So we've done quite a lot of heavy lifting through the arms and through the shoulders throughout the session. So you may want to just roll the shoulders and release. Or the other option is just to gently roll the neck. So lower the neck down to left or right side and bring the head ever so gently, ever so slowly through the front, chin on the chest, and up the other side. And come back. In the neutral, so whatever feels right for you, or maybe do a combination of both, a few shoulder rolls, a few neck rolls. So we'll just take a moment. And as we're moving in whichever way you're choosing, bring your focus back to your breath. Notice where your breath is sitting in your chest now after we've moved. Notice the rest of your body. You could maybe scan down from the top of your head, work down through your shoulders and the length of your spine, across your hips and down your legs, feet, and then down your arms to your fingers. Just notice how each part of your body is feeling and acknowledge that these are just observations. There's no right and no wrong. We're just keeping that internal focus as we come into our Shavasana to end our session, noticing our body, noticing our breath, maybe coming back to that resonant style of breathing, lengthening the breath to 5 or 6 seconds on the inhale and the exhale. And if our mind does begin to wander, just bring it back to our breath. Bring it back to that gentle rise and fall of the chest and the tummy. And just take our last few moments together, breathing and in a calm and quiet place. One more breath. Allowing ourselves to bring our breathing back to its more normal everyday pattern. And being more present and ready to approach the day. Our session once again quickly come to an end. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much. It's been great to be with you. once again. And for anybody who might have been watching on social media, lovely to have been with you. And I think my next session now is 8th of October, and the links will be available on the online events system. So it would be wonderful to connect with you again in that way. So thank you so much. Have a great day and see you real soon. Thanks so much.